Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Several cars and even a church van are vandalized overnight in one Lexington neighborhood, and police are still looking for who's responsible.
Tonight we are learning more about a shooting at a Knott County campground that killed one person.
Rounds of showers and thunderstorms will come rolling our way this week. Tomorrow, maybe some strong or severe thunderstorms across parts of our area, and then rounds of heavy rain throughout most of the week. I'll have the very latest for you.
And a former University of Kentucky player is still recovering after he fell from the stands at Commonwealth. WKYT News starts now.
Some members of a Lexington church are saying enough is enough. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. Today, half a dozen families living near St. John's Missionary Baptist Church called police to report someone had vandalized their cars overnight. The damage included slashed tires and broken windows. WKYT's Jordan Valines talked to church members about the crime spree. She has our top story.
For decades,
25 years.
Velma Johnson has taken pride in her position as a bus captain of St. John Missionary Baptist Church.
We try to get people back and forth safely to church for praise and worship service.
A role with many responsibilities.
Wash, paint, everything with a vehicle. Just like I treat mine, I try to treat this same way.
So you can only imagine her reaction when she saw what happened. To her pride and joy.
Oh yeah.
On Saturday night.
This is all the damage that somebody else has to clean up. They busted out the two windows, all the glass is inside, and they've cut the tires right here.
Besides the church van, there were also 5 other vehicles that were vandalized in the neighborhood Saturday night, many of them having their windows broken and tires slashed, and police are still looking for whoever is responsible for those crimes. The church has been targeted by vandals before.
I wish they would just leave this alone.
But Johnson doesn't let frustration override forgiveness.
We forgive you, whoever done it. Just don't do it no more.
As for her final words for the folks who committed this crime,
we don't know who you are, but God knows everything and he sees all. So you may not get caught today or tomorrow, but you will get caught.
In Lexington.
Definitely.
Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Johnson hopes to have the church van repaired by the end of next week. She's unsure how much that'll cost. Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly shooting at the Knott County Trail Ride. Police tell us 21-year-old Miles Hamilton and 19-year-old Zachary Murphy were arguing early this morning on the campgrounds. They both were told were attending a trail ride event. After police separated them, investigators say Hamilton got a gun, went back over to Murphy, then shot and killed him. Sean Berry talked to police and campers in this Crime Tracker report.
What was once basically a city of mobile homes and horse trailers has now pretty much cleared out here at the Knott County Trail Ride after a fatal shooting claimed the life of a teenager in the early hours of Sunday morning. A little after midnight Sunday, a shot rang out at the annual fall Knott County Trail Ride. Police arrested 21-year-old Miles Hamilton after he shot and killed 19-year-old Zachary Murphy of Floyd County. Kentucky State Police say an argument started it all.
Found that two male gentlemen who both reside in Floyd County had become involved in a physical altercation. They'd gotten separated, and one of those individuals retrieved a handgun and shot the other.
The Knott County Trail Ride brought in close to 5,000 people over the weekend, making patrolling the area troublesome for police.
As far as the security, of course, when you get thousands of people in a location like this all together, it can be somewhat difficult to.
Lester Howard is a regular at these rides and thinks there should have been more police this year.
It needs to be added. Sure do. And they'd be on foot where they could see and hear people, you know, maybe stop it before it gets out of control, you know.
Despite this shooting, Howard says he will come back.
In real time, I mean, it's a real nice place to come and you bring your family and stuff and roast wieners and whatever you want to do, you know.
As of now, Kentucky State Police are still investigating. I was able to get in contact with the Knott County Tourism Office today and ask them what the shooting would do to the future of this trail ride. However, they were not willing to comment at this time. We will bring you updates as this story unfolds.
We're told the victim, Zachary Murphy, would have turned 20 Tuesday. A lot of people in central Kentucky woke up to chilly temperatures this morning, but it looks like we are tracking some storms headed our way this work week. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking our rain chances.
And we're actually tracking a few showers and thunder showers out there tonight. Defender been getting a little more on the active side here in the past little bit. And there you can see some of the activity ramping up. Starting to rain a little harder right here over the studio as well at this moment. We'll check that out right now. And you can see some of that heavier rain and even a few little flashes of lightning in southern sections of Fayette County where some of the heavier rain is also located. There's even more out to the west, and it will come our way here very soon. A little more active as far as the lightning is concerned east of here. You go out into Owingsville, out into Nicholas County and Fleming County as well. All of this area getting in on some heavier rain with, again, a few thunder showers embedded within that particular area. We expand our view to look back toward the west. A lot of lightning showing up. I mean, all things considered, if you think that this morning we were in the 30s and talking about frost, now we're talking about a few thunder showers, and they are on the move. As we look ahead here with our 3-day threat track, tomorrow and Tuesday, primary threats will be the heavy rain. However, maybe some strong or even severe thunderstorms could come calling for us tomorrow. Wednesday, kind of a day to get a little rest because more rain will be on the way. I'll track it all hour by hour coming up for you here in just a few minutes.
Tonight, friends and family of a Louisville boy are remembering his short life. 12-year-old Ray Etheridge died Tuesday at Cherokee Park. Police say 21-year-old Joseph Cambram stabbed him with a knife and then threw away the weapon. Etheridge lived with his mother and stepfather. We're told the family was homeless. Tonight, his parents held a vigil.
It would never hurt a fly, so for a grown man to put his hands on my son, and I just don't understand.
That little guy could have went a lot of places just on his personality. He's just one of those people that, you know, he had no problem talking to the next guy. You know, great, wonderful kid, so much potential.
Visitation for Etheridge will be tomorrow at Scott Funeral Home in Jeffersonville. Lexington police are looking for 2 men they say shot someone in an overnight home invasion. The men were told broke into a home on Addy Street, that's off 5th Street, around 5 this morning. Police say they killed Darnell Bates. Neighbors will always remember Bates as a generous, kind man. His friends say that he worked at Goo Goo Car Wash on North Limestone, and managers there have set up a donation jar to help cover funeral costs and to help support Bates' 11-year-old daughter. A London man faces murder charges tonight after a deadly crash in Clay County this weekend. Kentucky State Police say 26-year-old Rodney Bowling was driving northbound on Highway 421 Saturday when he crossed into the other lane. We're told he hit a Ford Ranger head-on. Police say the driver of the Ford Ranger, Ronnie Mitchell, died at the scene. Crews airlifted 2 passengers in Mitchell's car to UK Hospital. They took Bowling to Manchester Memorial Hospital, where police later arrested him. He is charged with murder, assault, and DUI. Tonight, police are investigating a robbery at the Fayette Mall involving a teenager. Police say a 16-year-old met someone in the parking lot and bought a pair of shoes. We're told when the victim handed over his money, the seller gave him an empty shoebox. The seller then took off in his car, and the teenager tried to jump on it to stop him. He does have some minor injuries, but did not have to go to the hospital. We're learning more about the fan who fell from the stands last night at Commonwealth. That fan, it turns out, is a former UK football player. University leaders tell us Brad Durham fell from the upper deck to the lower deck right before the end of the game. Current and former players and UK fans across the country are flooding social media with well wishes for Durham.
You know, the Big Blue Nation is just one big family, and it showed today. It showed this morning.
A family member posted on social media that he is still in the UK ICU. A University of South Carolina cheerleader is recovering tonight. Cheerleader Lauren West was injured during the first quarter of the game. Emergency crews carried her away from the sidelines on a stretcher. South Carolina's athletic department says crews did take West to the hospital as a precaution. Team physicians checked her out again this morning, saying she has a concussion. This is the second time this year a cheerleader has been injured during a UK football game. The election is now less than a month away, and the 2 candidates running for Lexington mayor are doing all they can to reach out to voters and talk with them about important issues. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray and challenger Anthony Beatty went head-to-head tonight here on WKYT. Our team worked with the Herald Leader, News Radio 630 WLAP, and the League of Women Voters to broadcast the mayoral debate.
I think Lexington requires that their candidates really be questioned.
WKYT's own Bill Bryant moderated Sunday night's debate between Lexington Mayor Jim Gray and challenger former police chief Anthony Beatty. Both men discussed how they'd work with law enforcement to combat crime.
I know and understand that the folks who have the skill set in law enforcement and other first responders can adequately deal with the problem if given the tools, the facilities.
We've made more than $500 million in investments in public safety. We have recruited and trained 165 new police officers.
Mayor Gray went on the defense when asked what he's done to address homelessness.
We've done more, arguably, than has been done in a very long time by investing $750,000 in the Office of Homelessness.
We've got to admit that it's a problem, recognize that, and move forward with the initiatives that are already started in an aggressive fashion in terms of dealing with it.
Bill Bryant says both men were direct and honest.
Political candidates are often accused of not answering the questions. These candidates are pretty set on most of their answers. For the most part, they will give you a pretty clear answer.
To watch the entire debate, just go to WKYT.com and click on the story.